Hey there everyone, it's Aaron Hughes of FuDog Group, and in this video I want to address a statement that I hear from time to time, and perhaps you have heard a similar statement or maybe even have said something similar to someone else or to me, and I just want to share some thoughts, some reflections on the statement. Before I do though, let me kind of set the stage with some context. So today is Saturday as I'm recording this, and I am working today. I have a couple of Zoom meetings. I'm working on an agenda for our upcoming in-person event called Seekers of Power in Connecticut in September, hammering out some details on that, making sure we're ordering things for it. And along with that, kind of clearing up a few loose ends from the week that I hadn't quite been able to button up on Friday. And so that's kind of what my Saturday looks like. And with that in mind, maybe you are thinking, or you have heard other people say something like this, Aaron, maybe you work too much. Or Aaron, do you think that you are working a little too much? So let me just share my thoughts on that with you. First of all, work. I'm going to divide it into two sections. Section one, I'm going to talk about the word work, and section two is I'm going to talk about the words too much. So let's talk about work. We all have a different sense of what work is, and I think a lot of people put a lot of negative energy on the concept of work. And so they often will say they're like work-life balance, for example, in which they're trying to separate the two and say that, work is something you have to do, but life is something you get to do, for example. And I don't agree with that concept. That's a false dichotomy in my mind. I think work and life are combined. And not only that, work, if you love it, is something that you get to do. And my work is rewarding to me. I get to work with amazing people. So like the co-owners of FuDog, me, Mike, and Jennifer, we're great friends, and we have an amazing time. We talk on Zoom almost every single day. And who doesn't want to work with their friends every day? And I get to do that. It is a privilege. It is so much fun. It's something I look forward to. And so that's one piece of it is like I love my work, and I don't think of it in the same way that other people do when they say the word work. I can't wait to get up in the morning and jump to my desk to see what I can do today to work, to use that word. I have a great team. So beyond just Mike and Jennifer and myself, as being like friends who work together, we have an amazing team at FuDog Group. A bunch of people who are doing great work, and I'm so proud of them, and I love leading them. And so that's something that I want to show up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Not that I'm on my phone or on my computer waiting for them to message me or messaging them that often, but rather I have their back and I know they have mine. And if something suddenly happened, like in an emergency, they know they can get me or I can get them, and we've got each other's backs. And that was true just a couple months ago when Janelle went into the hospital and ultimately passed away. The team had my back in an amazing way, and it motivated me even more just to be sure that I was there for them and showing up for them. So let's talk about work a little bit more. What's another concept of work? People tend to think that work just maybe sucks your soul and you just have to do it because you have to do it. But no, for me, I love to find a new inspiring challenge every day in work. I'm always looking to challenge myself and stretch myself further in these different ways, and work is the vehicle that can do that. So when people say that you work too much, the work piece, I feel, is maybe their definition of work and not my own. Now let's talk about the too much part, because I also don't agree with that either. What is too much? Someone saying, Aaron, you work too much. If they say that to me, how much is their idea of what too much is for me, right? People tend to put those values on other people. And so people saying that I work too much, they're putting their own value on me of what they think I should be doing. The other thing about too much is I am very happy with the balance that I have between life and work, if we want to reference that dichotomy. I have a great balance between life and work. The thing is, I don't talk about other parts of my life beyond work, but I talk about my work because I love it so much. So saying, Aaron, you work too much, they're really saying, Aaron, I only ever hear you talk about work and you're talking about it a lot. So maybe I'll take that as a lesson. But also I think like the work that I'm doing, I want to build something big and amazing. And you wouldn't talk to like someone training for an Ironman, like a triathlon or something. You wouldn't say you're training too much for that triathlon. Well, that's how I feel about my work. I'm stepping up to grow something big with Mike and Jennifer at FuDog Group and some of the other things that we plan to do in the future. We have big plans, like a triathlon of business. And we are training right now to make that happen. And so to say you work too much is like saying to someone training for a triathlon, you train too much. Like, no, I think we're training just the right amount for what our own goals are. So my kind of a rant, but hopefully you don't take it as that. Hopefully more if it's just me sharing some thoughts for you to consider or for someone to consider who might say that or think that. Or maybe you have people saying that to you. My thoughts are this. Maybe you don't work too much. Or maybe I don't work too much. Maybe I do something I love just the right amount for me. So that's my thought for a Saturday. It's less tactical or strategic about efficiency or productivity, but it does have a lot to do with work. And I hope you can still see some pieces about efficiency in there, especially in terms of like love what you do. Find like great joy in it and let it stretch you, work with people that you love, and make big inspiring goals for yourself and approach your work for the long term like a triathlon. And if you step up into your work like that, then maybe it won't feel like you work too much. It will feel like you do amazing things for just the right amount of time for you. All right, that was kind of a rant. I didn't mean it to sound like that, but I'd love it if you posted in the chat your big takeaways, and I hope everyone has an amazing Saturday.